Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. All this hyacinth. So today's video is probably going to be kind of short depending on what goes on. I'm just out fishing, mostly for fun, but to try to round out my monthly tournaments on TourneyX. I'm leading all of them except for one. I got this guy out of Texas, just like out of nowhere. Dude in Texas, 121 inches, two 25.5-inch fish. I mean, that's just amazing. I haven't even seen that from the guys here in Florida. So I'm about 7 inches behind him. If I can make up that ground, I'm gonna have to catch like some monsters to do it. But if I can, that'd be awesome. If not, so be it. I mean, he fished really well. But I want to talk about a few things, some ideas that I had, because I've had some people mention this, and I think I kind of want to get back to it a little bit. But I just want to kind of just fish and relax. So we're just fishing like I normally do when I'm not really trying to film anything. Yeah, so let's get this day started. I got to get back in there is where I want to get in all these little chutes and stuff. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to make mention of today is I think that gar on my bait, man. Has he got it? Oh, that's a bass. First cast. That's not a bad one to start the day. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that any day. Start the day. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about and mention is that I know I've been doing a lot of tournament fishing and I've been making some money off it, and it's fun and it's exciting and ouch and all that stuff. One of the things that I really wanted to get back to doing, and kind of why I started this channel, was one, so I could show my kids some of the places that I fish, because they're too young to go with me a lot of places. You know, I'm not taking a 4 and a 7-year-old out in a kayak in the middle of nowhere. Especially with alligators and stuff like that. Let me adjust the camera here. There we go. But I also wanted to get people into fishing in Central Florida, especially those who haven't. I've had several people mention in comments, you know, I used to fish, I'm just getting back into it, and your videos are a big help and show me where to fish and places that I can access. Because that's a big thing. I mean, when I moved down to Florida, one of the things that I found is like these bank access is kind of limited in many places, in some of these nice waters that are featured all over the place, where they say, you know, there's trophy bass in here like Kissimmee or any of the Lake Tahoes. I mean, you can't really bank fish those places. There's a few places you can fish, but you really can't bank fish those places. And I spent, you know, about 1.5 years just looking up things on Google Maps, reading forums, anything I could, so that I could get back into fishing. And I wanted other people who want to fish here in Florida, because it's such a great place to fish, to not have to go through the same struggle, and at least give them like a basic guide. So, especially in the Orlando area, there's so many bodies of water that you can fish in the Orlando area. And I wanted to make it about public water, not about like HOA ponds and stuff like that, because you can't access a lot of those places, or you get kicked off. Like, you fish in my community, those cops are on top of you real quick, and there are signs posted everywhere, because they use the water for retention and watering lawns, and it's that kind of stuff. They don't want fishing line and hooks and garbage in the ponds. I get it. But I think I'm going to make a series on just places to fish in Orlando. I've already covered some of them, but I'm going to recover them again. For people in small boats, and for people who are looking to fish from the bank. So if it doesn't have at least bank access, I probably won't cover that area, because I want people to enjoy fishing here in Florida. This, I guess, is the educator in me that says like, hey, I want people just to be involved in it and love it. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about, and this again is the educator in me. I think that's weeds. Do weeds here, Gar. I mean, that's my full-time job outside here. Is I work I teach at a university. Specifically, I teach music, and I work for a couple publishing companies, writing music for TV shows and other stuff like that. And that job's been, those gigs have been very good to me. They allow me to do this. They give me the time to do this. They give me the funding to kind of go do these things. And one of the things I wanted to mention is I always tell my students, work hard, don't give up. If you don't, don't ever give up and work hard. Make yourself an asset. Be really good at everything, but a master of one thing. All the typical education stuff, and it's all true because I've experienced this stuff, at least in my field. Weeds. But one of the things that really irks me is when people cheat the system, where they cheat in general. And in the bass fishing world, if you follow any of this stuff, last month, Mike Long, the big bass guru, was exposed. If you're not familiar with who he is, I'll put the article and everything down in the description. This is a month old. I waited on this because I was hoping that it would only be Mike that kind of got exposed. And I remember seeing this guy's picture on Bassmaster magazine when I was a kid and thinking, oh man, I want to be like that guy. I want to be able to catch 16, 17 pound bass. And it comes out that bass was in that picture wasn't even his. And he'd been snagging fish, claiming lake records in the San Diego area, devastating the local bassing community by cheating. And it just sucks. It just sucks because he was so well known. People looked up to him. He had an Italian rod company offer him a sponsorship, and when they found out he was cheating last month, they dumped his line. They donated all of his remaining Signature Series rods to a youth academy for fishing. Ooh, that's a big fish up there. There's a chance that's a bass. Anyway, it sucks. I'm glad he got exposed. He's since disappeared. Social media is gone. His website's down. I hope they can prosecute, because he's cheated people out of money, essentially. And he's cheated people out of state records. And it just overall, it seems like he was a bad person. Like, he got caught up in the glory that was, and the money, I guess. The issue that bothers me about that, and I was kind of hoping it would just be him and that nobody else would be doing it, that's a pipe dream. But what ended up happening is all of a sudden other cheaters are being exposed, and Wired to Fish has a bunch of articles on people who've been cheating over the last few years in tournaments and stuff. But more importantly, since kayak bass fishing and these kayak bass fishing tournaments have gotten big, we've discovered, that's a bass. We've discovered, people cheating in these tournaments, and they're basically based on honesty. I mean, there's some things you can do, like having the GPS location on your phone to make sure that fish are caught in public waters, having a official measuring board, that kind of stuff. But one guy was caught, I think, in a KBF event. He was caught cheating by taking multiple pictures of the same fish at different angles, and then essentially photoshopping the identifier that has to be in the picture. And he admitted to it, but he took like the high and mighty route, which in his explanation, which I don't really like. And then another guy got caught in these bass fishing tournaments using a modified board that was actually added 4 inches to each fish, which I think is ridiculous. Like, I'm glad that these people are being exposed. I'm glad that the cheater's getting caught. What bothers me and kind of hurts is that when myself or somebody else, or like a hook and trophy bass, when people like us, we catch big fish, now we're going to be under all this scrutiny. If we don't have it on videotape from cast to catch, then people are going to be judging us or saying that we may not have caught that fish. And I get it. It's okay to kind of scrutinize and want evidence. But for the people who are honestly out there trying hard and fishing and grinding and are searching for those big fish, now it kind of puts a target on your back. And fishing and hunting and golf are things that I grew up doing, and each one of those is, I considered to be an honest man, hardworking, and gentleman's sport or sporting event. And it just sucks that it has come to that, and that people have to cheat to win a few $100. I mean, are they that hard up? And what's the glory in bragging rights if you didn't actually do it? Fish are up here jumping, feeding. I'm gonna have to get some reel grease on this reel. It's sounding a little dry, squeaky. By the way, one of the questions I wanted to ask is if anybody knows of an alternative to Senkos that are almost identical. I've tried, a couple here and there, but they don't have the same action, and they're cheaper, I know, but that little fluttering action, because of the amount of salt that's in the Senko on the descent, is just, to me, it makes the difference. I've caught so many fish on this versus other worms, I think because of that. So if anybody knows an alternative that is very close, let me know. I'll be willing to try it out. Senko's, $6.30 a pack. That's the only thing that hurts when I buy like 3. It's like, okay, it's $20 odd after tax. That's a big fish, I think. Oh no, it's not. He just pretended to be big. It's a good fish. Any other given day. All right, you know what? You want to do that? All right. Goodbye. Also, I have a new set of, ouch, man. I have a new set of gloves for a very specific reason, because I've been fishing so much. And I think these are NRS. Yeah, they are NRS. I got them from Academy. Because I've been fishing so much, my hands got chewed up really bad a couple weeks ago. And one of the cuts that I got from a fish kind of got infected, and I had to drain it and clean it. It was gross. But I kind of want to avoid doing that anymore, so I got gloves. Okay, not the size of the fish I was looking for. Stupid ass kayak, come on. He's not as big as I thought he was. Still good, healthy fish. All right. I keep reaching back for my towel that isn't there because I forgot to bring it. Ooh, he's running right at me. That was a good strike. I don't know how big he is. That's a decent fish. Ooh. Down there. Yeah. It's just under 20. Probably a good 4 pounds or so. Oh, Florida brute right here. Oh man. Totally Mike Long, that one. Let's get him unhooked. Bye, little dude. I don't think this guy's very big. He's not. Bye, dude. That's a big fish. What is it? Not a bass. That's a good one. He's not a monster though. He hit that like a tank though. Oh. Top of the mouth hooks it. He hit that like a truck, took off running with it. I thought he was way bigger than he was. There's another one. It's not a giant. And he keeps getting caught up in stuff though. Bass salad. There you go. That's a good fish. Oh, he's got my kayak turned sideways. He's got his head down that hydrilla. You know what? It's not a good fish. Jesus. I'm still looking to find a good one over 20. I haven't done it yet. I didn't have the camera on. And this guy gave the biggest explosion. About ready to call it a day, and I was like, no, let me go back. Let me go back up to this area. And then this guy pops out of nowhere and swallows the whopper plopper. That's a nice fish. I think he's around 19. I don't think he's over 20. And 18 and 18 and a half. All right. It's a nice heavy fish. He's probably right around 3 pounds. Beautiful fish. Hey, bro. See you later. He's gonna jump. Okay. Okay, so it's about 10 o'clock. I think we're gonna head in. Make the drive back. Get some lunch. Some work done. So if you watch the video, you know, thanks for listening to me, my rant, and thanks for listening to my idea. I definitely want to get out and start filming some stuff for the Orlando thing. I want to hit a couple places like Lake Underhill, Ivanhoe, obviously, Greenwood Urban Wetlands, a couple of downtown, I think Lake Davis and Lake Cherokee. and all these different little places that I know you can bank fish as well as fish from a kayak or a vessel. So I'll see about sketching the ideas after that and then start filming, get that stuff together. I do want to get a microphone adapter for this GoPro before I do that though, so the audio quality is actually pretty good. So other than that, I think I'm just gonna call it, work my way back and throw a couple casts here and there, and maybe I'll catch a big one or two, and if I do, obviously I'll put it in the video, but if not, then I guess this is it. So I do want to head out to Fellsmere. There's one little pond I want to take a look at. It's down by Kenansville Lake that has me kind of interested, and I've heard some things about it, so I want to go take a look at that. And then I'm going to make my way up into Orlando and fish a couple places up around in there. All right, with that being said, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.